Okay, we are going to talk about traditional defensive and pitching statistics. The biggest one that you have probably heard of is ERA, or earned run average. The earned run average is the measure of the number of earned runs surrendered per 9 innings. To find this, you would take 9 times the number of earned runs divided by innings pitched. Now, an earned run is a run that is hit in by a batter, uh, possibly walked in, different things like that, not if there's an error. So looking at CC Sabathia in 2013, he allowed a career-high 112 earned runs in 211 innings. You take 9 times 112, which is 1,008, and divide that by 211. So his earned run average last year was 4.78. Looking at winning percentage, the winning percentage is measured by dividing wins divided by wins plus losses. Last year, Sabathia won 14 games and lost 13. So you take 14 divided by 27 for a winning percentage of .519. How does a starting pitcher get credit for a win or loss? So you'll notice Sabathia had 27 decisions last year. He actually started 32 games, which means a starting pitcher, has to pitch at least 5 innings and be leading when he leaves the game in order to get credit for a win. If the result changes after he leaves, he does not have the result count on his record. If the team is losing whenever he leaves, actually, whether it's 5 innings or earlier, if the team is losing and then stays behind the whole game and loses the game, then they get credit for the loss. How might winning percentage be deceptive? In this case, Sabathia won about 52% of his games, and he had an ERA of 4.78, which is pretty high for a starting pitcher. But he might, if the Yankees were worse offensively, he may have had a worse winning percentage. If the Yankees are better offensively, he might have a better winning percentage, even though it has nothing to do with how he pitches or plays. Innings per start is another measure of effectiveness. The deeper into a game a pitcher goes, the better he's doing. Also, the better the team might be doing. He's giving his team a better chance of winning. To find innings per start, simply divide innings pitched by games started. This only works for full-time starters. Staying again with Sabathia, he pitched 211 innings and 32 starts for an inning per start ratio of 6.59. So he pitches into the 7th inning on average in 2013, which is pretty good. You can also look at complete game percentage, which is just another measure of effectiveness. He had 2 complete games in 2013 divided by 32. Multiply that number by 100 and you get 6.25% complete game percentage. Next, looking at strikeout to walk ratio. Simply the number of strikeouts divided by the number of walks. Last season, Toronto pitcher R.A. Dickey threw 177 strikeouts and walked 71 batters. For a strikeout to walk ratio of 177 over 71, or 2.49 strikeouts for every walk. Fielding percentage is a percentage of successful chances out of all possible chances for a fielder. The formula is putouts plus assists divided by putouts plus assists plus errors. Dustin Pedroia in 2013 had 254 putouts, 429 assists, and 5 errors. You add those together in the formula, plug them in, and you get a .993 fielding percentage. I'll ask a question here. What is a shortcoming in looking at fielding percentage? For one, that it doesn't count the overall impact of a player defensively. There might be a player, you look at Derek Jeter this year, and for the past few years really, there are a lot of balls that he is unable to get to from the shortstop position that maybe Dustin Pedroia might be able to get to. And Pedroia might be able to get there, and he bumbles the throw, and so he has an error when Jeter never would have even gotten there, and it doesn't count for or against Derek Jeter. So there are some shortcomings in looking at fielding percentage. We may get to some more advanced fielding metrics later on, and a lot of things that teams are doing with cameras now. Looking at another way to measure a player's effectiveness when evaluating careers is to normalize statistics by dividing by 162. Of course, 162 is the number of games in a season. So, for example, here, Dustin Pedroia has, in his career, this is through 2013 actually, has played in 1,014 games, mostly at shortstop, or excuse me, mostly at second base, and has been part of 626 double plays. So, if we're looking for the number of double plays per season, we can take that double plays. There's the formula. We have double plays divided by games divided by 162, or we can take double plays times 162 and divide that by the total number of games played. And that double plays can be anything. It can be home runs, triples, doubles, double plays, assists, whatever you want it to be in terms of a regular everyday player. You can use this formula. So in this case, he has an average of 100 double plays per 162 games. That is the traditional defensive statistics lesson. We will have an assignment on this tomorrow in class.